All right, question 11, we have 6 graphs that we're matching. So for these, it kind of helps to use Desmos and match what's going on. So when I'm looking at these, like I'm just going to look at my very first one here. I have 40 sine, and I'm in degrees now. So make sure when you're in your calculator, you're in degrees. You can also put these in degrees and then minus 10. 40 sine minus 10. And there's 3 of them. 40 sine minus 10. So we know the 40 is our amplitude. And we know the minus 10 is our midline. That's our D value. And those are the same on all of them. What we have to look for here is what happens when you have 20, 40, and 60 changing your B value. It affects your period. Remember? So let's go to Desmos. I have 40 sine of, I'm just going to put X right now, minus 10. And I'm already in degrees. If you're in radians, it looks like that. When you change to degrees, your axis changes and it's more spread out. So we have 20. Ooh. Okay, now it's all scrunched. 40, even more, and 60. So I can see when I raise that number, my period shrinks. I'm getting a tighter coil is what it looks like. So 20 is a little more spread out. So I'm going to go find those on my graph. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my amplitude. So my maximum is at 30. I'm looking at the Y value. And my minimum is at negative 50 on all of these. The only thing that's changing is, I would say, the coil, how close they are. That's the period. So top is 30, bottom is negative 50. I'm looking at the bottom. There's 3 graphs that go all the way down to negative 50, and they top out at 30. So between these 3, and I can see spread out. So that's the 20. This is the 20 degree next to B. That's f of x. And then this one's a little more spread out, and this one we start to get tighter in our period. So here, this one would be the 40, this would be h of x, and this one would be g of x. Okay. And now we still have 3 more. So I'm just going to cross those out so I'm not looking at them. And now I'm going to look at my next one. I have 30 sine period plus 5. And that's the only one I have of that. This one I still have the sine and plus 5, but the difference is the amplitude. Okay, so 30 sine of 36x plus 5. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to look at the maximum and the minimum. So I'm at 35, and the minimum's negative 25. So which graph goes up to 35 and down to negative 25? That one, right? Because that midpoint's 30 right there. So this will be q of x. And what happens on the next one, it's the exact same, but now I'm changing my amplitude to 20, and so it's going to get smaller. So now 25 and negative 15. It shrunk vertically. I forgot my numbers. 25, negative 15. That's this one. So that one's m of x, and so process of elimination, r of x. Okay, let's see if I can match them in here. So this was my short one, that was m. And then this one was 30 and negative 30, which was r. And then this one was q, and then I put the other 3 in. So they're all right. It really is. You need to use your calculator on these ones and then know how to check your amplitude and then watch for the period change and see what happens.